pops open her really new year. I saw a meme. It was like, "New year, new me. I'm gonna be worse." I like that. All right. First meeting of the year. A little weird to have Christmas and New Year's on a Wednesday. Did anyone who liked that?
So it does.
Part of me liked it, and a lot of me hated it. But it was like really relaxing because you're not gonna work Monday or Friday if like Tuesday and Thursday are, like whatever. It's just so we're back though, and going into that time, I felt like a lot of us were going like 80 down the highway. We had a tank full of gas. We were just like momentum was just going, and then that happened, and we're like went off, ran out of gas, got some Krispy Kreme. Kids are yelling to go to the bathroom, and now we gotta like get back, right? And the sooner that happens, the better. So I'm excited for yesterday, excited for today. It still feels a little weird. I actually got dressed today for the first time in a while. So I don't know. We're probably all in the same boat, and it's time to crush it. So we've got some awesome office updates and good land, or is it good land? Good land? Good land? Good land? Good land?
The good land.
Goodland. Goodland. Okay. Good land. Milwaukee. The Goodland collection is Ross here. You're here? Anyone here? So Maddie Horton has joined. So welcome her if you see her. Round of applause. Yeah, let's see that. I really like that team name now. Now that I know it's like about Milwaukee. Not as good as mine, right? But just kidding. Welcome Lizzie Henderson. She's joining us. Do you have a requirement of a speech? I'm just kidding. But she was ready. She was ready. I love it. Maybe a final reminder, may not be a final reminder. But if you did move in 2024, please email frontdesk1063@KW. It's our AI assistant that we've hired. It's not a human, doesn't need, it just works 24 hours a day. So if you did move, it's very important. Or email Michelle. Michelle is the human, front desk is our AI. With that being said, we're going to kick off with some tech and marketing with Kathleen. If you want to learn about how to clone yourself, talk to Kathleen because she's actually working full time in 3 different offices. So impressive.
I know. Okay. Not a whole lot of updating as far as like functionality, just a lot of reminding of what you can do with our marketing services and how to set yourself up for success in 2025. So once again, we have our KW Realty MKE.com website, which has our training calendar. You can reserve a conference room through there. We have the listing network. So I see a lot of buyer needs being posted on our Facebook page. Love that. And also make sure you're checking out this listing network list as well. I've seen a couple of deals come together with agents over that list. So make sure you're regularly looking at it. It gets updated every week. Our marketing concierge program, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, because we've got a few new features on that. Updates on the team meeting slides. We post these team meeting slides every week for you, things like that. And then don't forget about our YouTube channel. We're going to talk about some of the trainings this month. And this morning, somebody asked where they can find recordings of previous sessions. It's all going to be on our YouTube channel. Okay. So the marketing concierge program. If you haven't been in here recently, I challenge you to go take a look again. We're constantly adding new templates, new things that you can order. And I'm not sure if it's on the next slide or not, but we now have a custom request button. So anything you can imagine, you can just hit custom request and outline exactly what you're looking for. So if it's not the door hanger, you know, because we have a specific request for door hangers, you can also just have them make up whatever you want now, which is great, right? That's what we need. So if you need yard signs, if you're looking for like a new sign installation company, we have those resources to help connect you. Anything and everything we can think of about marketing your business, we want to be able to help you and provide that resource. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask, do you have this resource? If not, we'll find it and we'll put it on the website, right? So here we go, the new 2025 custom requests. Basically, it's just a button that says custom request. And again, anything that you can think of that you want, if there's a specific flyer that you're looking to have made, that's maybe not directly related to like an open house. If you're going to go door knocking and you want something specific in hand to take with you, you know, whatever you can think of or dream of, we want to help create that for you. Cool. So, yeah.
Is there a cost to that?
No. The only cost you incur is if you print something.
And what is the like turnaround time to expect?
We asked for like 2 to 3 business days for us to create the marketing materials for you. And then they're also like editable past that, right? So if you're like, hey, can you change this? We'll go in there and help you change it, that sort of thing.
Cool.
So last year, 2024, we had over 1,000 marketing requests come through our marketing concierge program. This is our preferred method if you do put in the request through their website. That way we can track the orders because we do have a whole team that's working on these orders, not just one specific person. But top 5 requests were for listing postcards. So just listed, just sold. Listing and buyer presentations. So a physical presentation that you can bring to your clients. An email signature, a business card, and those yard signs. Cool. Just some updates on tech and marketing training. There's no class this week, but then we're going to kind of go back to basics for a bit. So we're going to do our database cleanup. It's 2025. Let's make sure those databases are working for you. Yes. We're going to go through some smart plans and make sure those are set up for success and help you dive into smart plans a little bit more. And then we'll also be working on agent sites and some of the updates that they've been releasing on those agents' websites. Sense Ignite is rolling, and Ignite goes from like 9 to noon. We're pushing tech and marketing to 1 p.m. So starting next week, 1 o'clock, but you'll see that on my weekly calendar email. Cool. Alrighty. That's all I had.
Sweet. Who here, this could be a disaster, like a plane crash type of question, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. Who here has used the marketing concierge? Okay, does anyone have like honest how the experience went for you? Like what did you use it for and what, you know, did it go well?
I used it for flyers mostly.
Okay.
They don't promise it, but they're coming
Okay. Anyone else? And thank you. Your money's coming. We'll pay. Paid endorsement. Anyone else have their experience with them?
I've used it for social media posts. Just listed and just sold Facebook or Instagram posts or.
Okay. Went well?
Yep. I used them in between your parts or signature.
Yeah.
Really well.
Taylor, you look like you want to say something.
I've done the emails. I was like thinking about it.
You're like so leaning in. I'm like, I could just see the thought bubbles.
I got the email signatures, and those were a really quick turnaround. Like I got them next day, right away. It's like a couple hours, and they turn out really nice. Much better than like trying to make them on.
Okay.
That's what I like about it. I got a listing presentation too. It was really nice.
Who would rather pay to have that done? I mean, I think the biggest advantage of the scale we have as a company now in Milwaukee is that right there. I mean, that's a huge benefit that you guys, I mean, we want to just have it be like, God, we're so overwhelmed, we can't keep up. There's so many people using this marketing Because I mean, it's free for you, you know, so you can focus on meeting with people and you're not focused on what font to use and all that stuff. So I would encourage you, Ed.
I'll say, you know, for us, we don't do anything. Because we've had all of our systems. And everything. Don't do we'll do the 12 touch thing like you guys do. Our customer clients hold the same farmers markets and all.
Yeah.
So they do all. They are. Yeah, they are. It's like it's all. I get the general thing. Or like social media. I get the template. I just edit.
Yeah.
Question, who does the printing then? Do we just do it here or can they do it as well?
So we have relationships with several local printers, and then that's a little discounted rates for us. So we can send it to them if you want it professionally printed, or if it's like a listing guide and you don't need it on glossy paper, you can definitely just print it here. If it's something, and then like command as far as like postcards go, you can upload the templates and send your postcards out through there, that sort of thing.
Just takes a little go through the system, time block, get it created. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, that's a whole
Well, no, cool. Then I just wanted to check it out.
Can I give a personal testimony about postcards?
Yeah.
Reaching out to them.
So I use no, it's Nicole from the universe. I personally use Lindsay for all of my Just Sold postcards, and I also farm my neighborhood. And she gets me my design within 24 hours. I upload it to Command for real mail orders and in mailboxes within 4 days at a very low cost. And you all know how I like to spend money.
Yeah, Nicole is very efficient with her spending. That's awesome. Thank you. So I would just encourage you to use that, encourage you to do it as much as possible, because I mean, it is lead gen. It's a form of lead gen. It's branding. It's all those things. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to think about it. Just do it. It's a new year now, right? So something big coming up is Ignite. And I know that we talk about Ignite a lot. Who here is taking Ignite? So about half the room. Who here has no idea what Ignite is? Just be honest. Okay. Who here has a little idea, but could want to know a little more, maybe? One. Okay. Well, anyways, we're going to tell you anyways. So, we have a couple of the multiple hosts that are teaching sessions, and I would love to pick their brains a little bit about what they do, why they do it, what their experience is, and hopefully we can learn a little bit from them. So we do have a mini Ignite panel. You guys were told about this, right? So if you are teaching and want to come up, we can do a quick little interview, help people know what to expect with Ignite, and get some perspective. Okay.
No, Tony wants to sit.
Nicole, we might ask you your opinion on these two.
All right, so if you see this right here, it's a little hard to see, but there's 13 sessions. You guys are closing it out?
We are.
Oh my gosh. You gotta pay double for that.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. Your
But
success depends on us.
so there's 13 sessions, and they're all taught by actual people here doing business at a high level from all four or five of the offices. A really good blend of topics and people. So KWRI develops the topics, and then we get the people to teach it. So first question is, so you guys have all taught Ignite several times. Like, why do you keep saying yes to teaching it? What does it do for you?
You want us to answer that all at once? Or do you want us to, any particular order you want us
All
to
on
go?
you guys.
Okay.
I guess I can go first. So, when I started in real estate, I had, some mentors in my world who were really, important in helping me build up my business and helping me feel confident. And so for me, it's about repaying that, paying it forward. Because that was so important for me getting my foundation. I feel like if I can help anybody else, you know, if something that I says helps resonate, build somebody else's business, that's what it is for me. It's just paying it forward.
So, yes, that's exactly it for me as well. We were just very fortunate as brand new agents with Keller Williams to have so many amazing people train us, mentor us, coach us out of the goodness of their hearts. And so for us, for me personally, it's the same thing. I really want to be able to give that back to other agents that are looking to really build a big business and a big career.
Yeah, not to sound like a broken record, but that is part of our culture at KW is to continue to pour into others, especially, those agents that haven't experienced, the failures and successes that we have, and to hopefully give them a little bit of a learning curve in their journey. If it wasn't for sitting in these types of trainings and these types of classrooms and plugging into the mentor, we would not be where we are today. Also, every time I teach Ignite, I learn a ton from the material that I have to learn, digest, and then share, but also I learn a ton from the agents in the room, whether they're brand new agents or veterans. Like, it's not just about someone, preaching from the front of the room and this is what you, it's so interactive and really awesome for everybody to share their experiences. So.
You hit the nail on the head with the teaching. Like, the highest form of learning is to teach it in any area. If you want to know something very well, sign up to teach it. And you're like, crap, I actually need to know this. I need to learn it. I need to do it at a high level. Nicole, what about you?
What was the question?
So you've taught Ignite several times. Why do you keep saying yes to teaching it? What does it do for you?
I just love getting up in front of a room and when Kathleen says, do you want to teach a class? My answer is yes.
Love it.
That's my girl.
So what are you, in this, any order, what is your topic? What are you teaching? And what can the agents expect to learn from your class?
I think Nicole's teaching first. Does she want to explain? She's the first of us.
Money matters.
I'll go first, I guess. Thanks, Dawn. Money matters. And Kathleen wanted me to teach about this. It's coming up on Thursday. It really is for anybody that wants a better relationship with money. So we're going to go over 3 basic rules, how you're going to create wealth. We're going to go over a budget. We're going to tackle eliminating your consumer debt, and we're going to get yourself set on a track to start building wealth. So one of the things that you're going to take away really just depends on where you're at with your relationship with money and where your opportunity is. So is your opportunity in creating a budget? Is it eliminating your debt? Is it a lack of savings? Is interest working for you? Is it not working for you? And then I'm just going to give Scott a little plug because he has his budget model mastermind on Thursday right after this class.
Whole day of money.
Whole day of money. Because if your business isn't profitable, how can you save?
That's awesome. So I'm gonna go. So first is ignite your real estate career. So, and then session 2 is money matters. The third one is reach and engage your market. So it's all about your database and building your brand. Then your value. So these build on each other. And then the step 5 is your database is your data bank with Dawn Shipley. So what can they expect out of that?
So it's a lot of just for all of us. We know people that know, like, and trust us are going to be our best source of business. So how do you take the people that you already know? You've built those connections. How do you take them and turn that into business? So it's the thing I love about teaching this session is I also, like Tony said, I get some really good ideas for things that other people are doing that are working on a really high level. So it's not just what I do, but it's also what other people people in the room are doing. We share a lot of cool ideas for how do you convert and how do you stay top of mind with the people that are in your database.
Who here could use that? Tips on that. I mean, I think everyone should raise it. I felt bad for Steve because this box is in front of him, but session 6 is lead generation and lead follow-up. That's a fun one to teach. Then your personal talks with social media and client events, if that's something. Session 8 is qualify and close buyer strategies, which is very unique now since the lawsuit settlement. A lot's changed there. Qualify and close seller strategies. Now, in order to do qualify and close the seller strategies, what do you also need to know now? Like, what are you also trying to close on that seller with? The importance of paying a buyer, right? So you actually have to know them both on the seller side. The art of competitive offers. Who here has received a competitive offer in the last year? And then negotiating with Powerhouse Janine Warner. And then mastering closing strategies with Michaela. And then last but not least, a lot of pressure here, envision your future. What would they expect to learn from that one?
You have to go up. And find out. Trailer. So there's a lot of technical and tactical information that is in this, and there's some really good stuff that people will kind of sprinkle in regarding mindset. Sharice and I are going to focus a lot on that mindset. We are the Mind Right Realty Group. It's a part of who we are personally and professionally. Everything from setting intention to I don't like to use the word because people think it's fluffy, but literally taking the tactical and how do you then use it to manifest the results in reality. One thing to have the skills, but how do you take that next step then to use those skills with the proper philosophies, beliefs, mindset, attitudes, and actions to get the results. So I'm really excited. It's the first time that we're going to be teaching this. It's something that we teach internally a lot, but it's the first time we teach a larger.
Yeah, and I think too, it's all about just thinking bigger, thinking really big, right? And that's why, we're here at Keller Williams because it's not everybody's desire and or dream to just completely, help people buy and sell real estate for the entirety of their career. This is also about how do you set yourself up, your family up, using that tool, right, of helping people buy and sell and set them up for more generational wealth by thinking really big and by really envisioning a future beyond what we're just doing here, right? Because there's so many things you can do with thinking really big and so many things that you can do with the money that you attract by having quality conversations with your buyers and sellers. There's investing, there's wealth building, there's just a whole gamut of things that you can do to really set yourself up for future success and for your family too. So we definitely would love to touch on that a little bit with you guys and just thinking beyond the minutia of the day-to-day of helping clients buy and sell, and just going a little bit further than that with you. So
this isn't a question you guys know, but I'm going to give you permission, if you're okay with it, to brag a little bit about yourselves. I know you're humble, but like, why did they ask you two to teach this class? Like, how would you put this? Yep, you two on this one. So what have you done in this area that is like made you earn the right to teach this? Are you just like teaching it out of a book? Like, hey, I saw this theory, or are you actually implementing this in your own life? And how? And if you don't want to say it, I will.
I'll say it.
oh
Yes,
goodness,
live it.
Just
Yeah.
you're making my palms all sweaty.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Is this an intervention?
I'm very rarely like.
I know,
not able to.
I know.
to convey the thoughts right now. There's a lot processing. So like what we've accomplished business wise, personally, all like.
You're envisioning so it's 2018,
Okay.
you're envisioning your future now. How has it shown up today?
So when Charisse and I first got involved in real estate, 6 months with a different brokerage, very quickly transitioned to KW, we were not in a healthy place financially, personally, professionally. We were broke as a effing joke, and through the power of thinking big and creating the intentions and setting the goals and envisioning a life by design, and then learning the technical, tactical aspects of this industry within a very short period of time, like surprisingly almost, well, not almost, it was life changing. We were able to build one of the most successful real estate teams in the Milwaukee metro area. We were able to become net worth millionaires. We were able to build not a massive, but a significant investment portfolio in addition to our residential real estate sales. We are investors in multiple businesses. And it wasn't just because we learned contracts and we learned negotiation. It was a lot of giving yourself permission to have success. It was a lot focusing on our limiting beliefs, a lot focusing on our philosophies and our attitudes and the energy we're communicating every single day into this world people we're interacting with. And yeah, and that's something we love to share, and something that would be really, really cool to share with all of you.
I think something else that we don't really talk about a lot, like this is a vehicle to get you wherever it is you want to go, whatever that dream may be. And I don't think we use it enough to our advantage to really live the big life that we need to allow ourselves to live, right? So we'd love to just share too, like how you can really use this amazing, incredible gift of being a realtor to really just use that as a vehicle and as a tool to live a much bigger life and have a bigger purpose, right? Whether that is, giving back to the community or to tithe or to, set up generational wealth for your family. I mean, there's so many different incredible and amazing avenues that you can go down the rabbit hole, really, quite frankly. But starting with real estate, like this can open so many amazing doors for you. And we allowed it to do that for us. And we would love to help other people accomplish those same goals as well. Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's
grow.
clear you've been chosen because you walk the talk. Yeah.
All right, back to Dawn.
Well,
Starting to start.
one last thing
I
is
don't like talking about
like
myself.
one of my favorite moments of like this whole Keller Williams journey was in Family Union when you guys sat us down like we were all in trouble, and you then bought us shots, and you're like, "Hey, we just became net worth millionaires," and we're just like all celebrated, and it was like super cool because normal people don't really talk about that stuff. It's like, oh, I sold 100 grand in GCI, but that doesn't mean anything if you didn't keep it or didn't save it or didn't do anything. So just a really cool additional conversation that I don't think is had enough. So
I agree, and even for us, there was a lot of hesitation to even share when we hit that accomplishment, that milestone, and sometimes it's even like, do we continue to share the further advancements in what we're doing?
Just gotta share them with the right people.
Exactly, that's the key, and that's what's so cool about our environment and this culture and this family is you are surrounding yourself with like-minded people that want to see you grow, that want to see you accomplish those things. And sometimes it's tough to have those conversations, at least for Teresa and I, with certain friends and family that we love. Right? We'll never stop loving them, but they're just not at the same place mentally, emotionally, financially. It's hard to have certain conversations, and there is sometimes hesitation because there is either judgment or people jealousy. And so to surround yourself with this type of environment of people that are like, yeah, like get it, and also how can I do it? And Teresa and I are communicating with people that are at levels that we want to be at, right? And so it's just such an amazing experience. And that's what Ignite can do for every single person. It doesn't matter whether you're newly licensed or a veteran, there's always room for growth. There is always room for the opportunity.
That's awesome. So that's our next question. We only have a couple more, but before, if you're interested, there is a QR code here. How much does Ignite cost?
Free, not 50.
Is it free?
$3.99?
I
It
don't
used to
know,
be
it's
like
free,
60
right?
bucks.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's free.
And
I
everybody-
was almost sure,
everybody sign
but I
up.
wasn't sure. So there's no objection over cost.
Yep.
How much do you guys get paid? Is it $1,000 a session?
I get a Starbucks gift card.
Well, no.
No, I'm just kidding.
One year we got a Eddie Cutler. I think that was honestly, and I tell this to the classroom before we teach. I don't say it to sound like an asshole or anything, but we lose money by being
I'm not.
in the classroom
Yeah.
because that's time and energy that I could be, spending with my team, with clients, with my family. So it is a sacrifice that we are making happily to reinvest into the individuals that are in that room. So there is no compensation. There is no we get some perks benefits with our office bill or anything like that. If anything, we're making a sacrifice to be there because we believe in the people, we believe in this community.
And the curriculum.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
we believe in the information. It's literally life changing.
So then you mentioned new agent or veteran agent, like what do they, why should they take it? And you could go either way. I mean, new is probably pretty clear because what on here do you probably know? But like, why would a veteran agent want to take this?
Zach and I took it as experienced agents, so we had been probably like 4 years and 3 years and 4 years and 5 years in the business. Like we signed up for Ignite. If nothing else, there was when you're in a class, it's either confirming yes, I'm doing this correctly. And there should be something that you're getting out of each session. So it didn't have to be that I was getting, the fire hose anymore. I was able to pick out little things that yep, I am gonna add that to my business. I'm not having to change everything I'm doing. So some of it was confirming, yes, you're doing this correctly, and then here's how I can plus it. And it was really worthwhile.
I mean, I think, at any level, it's probably just a great refresher, but also, sometimes when you've been doing it for as long as you've been doing it, can feel really, things could just get mundane, right? It's like maybe you feel stuck, maybe you feel like a hamster in a wheel, maybe you've been running this system in your business, but you're not getting the ROI that you thought that you were going to get on it. So maybe it's time to just look at something a little bit differently. And I love what Kim, whoa, I don't know where that just came from. Dawn. I don't know where it came from, sorry, brain fart. But what Dawn just said is, going back as a veteran agent, she now had the ability to pick and choose and kind of customize, like when you go to family reunion a little bit, right? The thing that she thought was going to be the spark for her business, or maybe something that she was already doing at a high level, but now she got this idea, and now she could tweak it and run it even more successfully than she's already doing, right? So there's a lot of advantages as a veteran agent to be able to take the class over again.
I think as a new agent, it's kind of a no-brainer. Literally, you could remove your brain and it still makes sense. It's and I'm even talking about Sharice and I. The success that Sharice and I have had is nothing compared to some of you got some friggin' heavy
Yes,
hitters
dude,
that
seriously.
are teaching. It's incredible. And so for a new agent to be trained by the best of the best, for the veterans, okay, number one, the material and the content and curriculum does change. And there is stuff because that's what KW does. They don't just use the same thing over and over and over. So you should do Ignite the same reason you should be Bold, the same reason you should plug into the conventions. Is because number one, there's new material, new content, and two, even if it is the same thing, you're a different person now than you were a year ago. You are a different professional, you're in a different place in business. The same information can have a completely different effect on you just because of you being a different human being.
Totally.
So you will get a ton out of this, even if you are a veteran agent or have been doing it.
And I mean,
I
know.
signing up twice.
Teaching and I'm gonna attend. But also, you guys, to Tony's point, these agents are incredible and they have really big businesses. And if this was family reunion, if this was mega camp, even if this was, you know, a bold training with a, you know, customized maps coach, like you all would be paying over $1,000 to hear these presenters. And the fact that they're bringing it to the market centers for free, that's like a really, like, take advantage of that. Especially if you can't right now afford to do the big conferences like Mega Camp or Family Reunion, but Nicole will help with that when she helps manage your money better. But I mean, it's free, it's in your backyard. You're hearing from some really amazing people with big businesses. And so, you know, use that to your advantage.
One quick, oh, go ahead, Steph.
Can an outside co-broke come?
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
How, do they just register, right? Or,
Yeah, or you can just send me their name and email address and I'll make sure they're on the registration so that they get like the notification.
You register for each class individually. What do you do if you just wanna go to like one or two?
that's gonna be my next
If
question.
you really just wanna go like one or two, just show up.
Just drop in.
So, yeah, so it's very, that was actually gonna be my next question. So it's very like, if you can't commit to 9 times 13, or 9 times 3 hours, 27, or 13 times 3, 36, whatever. 39 hours? Got there. 200 grand times 6%, I can do all day.
That's a budget model.
You can't commit to 39 hours and you have certain things that you really want to learn, show up. Like, it's very flexible. One story I love to share is my second day at KW, they were teaching Ignite. It was Jay Schmidt. Does anyone know what Jay Schmidt is?
Yes.
So he's #1 agent in the state. Quick backstory, the company I came from, we didn't have this. And so we had an office meeting and it was gonna be this panel of all the top agents. And it was cool, whatever, like I was actually gonna go to learn and then nobody showed up. So then it was like 20 minutes before and they're like, Scott, can you do it? Can you do it? Cause I was just like, I can't commit to this. I'm super busy, blah, blah, blah. But then it was like, I ended up doing it. So the panel of top agents was me at last minute, like not prepared. And so then like shortly after I came to KW, second day went to a listing. It was like a listing one with Jay Schmidt. And afterwards I was like, oh, that was awesome. Whatever. He's like, do you want my listing presentation? Do you want my seller guide? And he just handed me everything. And I was like, what? Like, okay, top team in the state. I got their secret sauce. And then I asked Maureen Stolle for hers, and I asked Tom Martin for his, and I got like 6 of them. And then I was able to just like pick and choose what I wanted and what I didn't, and it was amazing. So and I was a very veteran agent at the time. So you answered the question about pick and choose. The last question I would have is, it is at North Shore. This time we rotated, 2-3 times a year, but like, why is it worth it to drive to North Shore for this?
I just drove from Mount Pleasant. I drove
Yeah.
to Mount Pleasant and back here for a showing, and I made it like a couple minutes late. But if I'll do that for the chance of having something improve my business, why wouldn't I drive to Whitefish Bay that I know I'm gonna get some value?
You said that a lot better than I was.
That's what I was thinking about it as I was
So
driving
was
back.
I was like, you're a realtor, get used to it. Like, you're gonna be driving constantly.
If that is a legitimate concern, then you absolutely.
Yeah.
Seriously, if the thing holding you back from having massive success is a 20, 30, 45-minute drive, then we need to unlock some. We've got some limiting beliefs we gotta work with. We gotta really, yeah, we need to evidence that. I'm not trying to like call anyone out, but like just real talk. Like most people get involved in real estate not to make an extra couple, $100 or $1,000 a month, right? Like how many of you are in real estate to make a 6-figure or multiple 6-figure income? Yeah, so to make that. I mean, it's.
Well, and there's no investment in the training. So, I mean, whatever the cost is in gas, but this is really like, it's not about any of that. this is about investing in yourself. Like, that's what this comes down to.
It truly is.
Matt and Ed, how far did you drive to get to this meeting today?
Hour and 30. We went to, Lake Country first.
Yeah.
So.
I live in the Bayside, so.
Oh,
Well, I love Don's example, like, you'll drive an hour and a half to go show a property, crossing your fingers, hoping to God that they like it enough for you to draft an offer, to compete against other offers, to maybe make a 2 to 3% compensation. Make that same commitment to get the information that will change your life and 10x your business.
I'll go Matt Tyler showed our listing 3 hours away. Showing lasted 6 minutes.
Oh.
Did you get our contract though?
It lasted 6 minutes.
It's an investment.
You never know.
It's an investment of time and energy.
That was $100 worth.
Yeah.
any questions for the panel?
Yeah.
Hopefully, we convince you to come to at least a couple. Dabble, I know it's starting tomorrow, but it goes through the month of January. This is the perfect time to reinvent, retool, redo everything. So hope to see you. We don't have a lot of, the reason why we're spending a lot of time on this specifically is in this market center, we don't have a lot of people signed up. I think there's only 4 or 5.
All right.
I get 6% of every sign up. Do it today. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Give a big round of applause. It's fun hearing from the cool uncle and oh, I could have had this up. The cool uncles and cool cousins versus dad. And Dawn, you're just here.
So, happy 2025. I'm not gonna tell you guys to pay your GMAR dues because hopefully you're here and you've done it. Yes, all right. So by being involved with GMAR, you guys are realtors. That's different from just being a real estate agent. So this is not like a, hey, here's some rules or things for you, but just a reminder that as we're coming into a busy spring for you guys, that there is a code of ethics that we sign on to follow as realtors. Just making sure that there's certain duties to our clients and our customers, duties to the public, and duties to other realtors that we say we're going to uphold. So I've summarized these for you. So you're welcome. You can find the whole code of ethics. They do update it, which is really cool to see. Like, you can see when they've updated things over time because our industry does change. So if you're on the GMAR website under the arbitration and complaints, they have the whole code of ethics there. There is also, if you run into somebody that you feel is not upholding ethical standards, and you have, a complaint to make, you can make a complaint to GMAR. They'll look into it. So that's there on that website as well. So just your general things to know about your code of ethics. So duties to clients and customers, it's your duty to protect your client's best interests ahead of everything else. You're going to be treating all parties involved in a transaction in a fair, transparent, and honest manner. Realtors must avoid concealment, exaggeration, or misrepresentation of facts related to a property or a transaction. But you're not obligated to disclose confidential facts, advise on matters outside of the scope of your license. So please don't give legal advice to anybody. We're not giving tax advice. And you're also not home inspectors. So you're going to give the best information that you have, but just know when to refer to somebody else. Don't try and step into the tax world or the legal advice world. And you also are not responsible for latent defects about the property. So we're cool with that, right? You guys are. This shouldn't be any surprise to anybody. But just a reminder, duties to the general public, that we follow fair housing guidelines. So we're going to offer professional services to every person, regardless of protected class or status. The services that we provide should conform to the highest standards of practice and competence. You guys are all awesome realtors. You should know how to fill out contracts, advise clients, and just know how to do your job at a really high level. Realtors are to be truthful and honest in communications with the public and to present a true picture in their marketing and advertising and to not engage in unlawful practices. So Fun fact, the National Association of Realtors was the first professional committee to have an ethics guideline. So 1913, I think, was the year it was started. Duties that you have to other realtors. You must refrain from knowingly or unknowingly making misleading or false statements about other agents or brokerages. So just remember, this is a really small industry. Use kind words. Don't talk down about anybody else. You don't go on an appointment and be like, well, let me tell you about them, because you don't know that that's true. We don't talk about people. Talk about how great you are, not how bad somebody else is. Realtors must honor exclusive relationships that other agents have with their clients. So if somebody has a contract, we're not trying to take clients away. And in the case of contractual or non-contractual disputes, the Code of Ethics states that mediation is our first step towards resolution, and then binding arbitration. So just a reminder that is, those are being realtors. We are held to a higher standard. And I know you guys are awesome and you do those things. If you have a complaint about somebody else, just remember GMAR is there for you guys too if you have questions. Contract training in January. Fair housing is next Monday on Zoom. There's no training for MLK Day. And then on the 27th is compliance and command. So that's what I got.
Boom.
Our office closed on the 20th.
Yeah. I believe it is, right, Katie?
It's
Yeah. Do this. Are you coming up too? Okay.
I mean, I think the next slide is you anyways.
Okay.
So, January training calendar is out. Again, really kind of the big thing for the month is going to be Ignite. Our offices are closed on the 20th for MLK Day, so there won't be a team meeting on the 21st. But then other than that, kind of normal operating procedures.
We do have a blood drive that's open. Okay. Okay. What's this? Just kidding. So we are doing this together. I think you guys know and understand. So we did our first time where 1 o'clock was beginner and 2 o'clock was advanced. It went very well, because my biggest concern when I did this was I'm making it too easy for the advanced people and too advanced for the beginners. So you can come to both. There's no qualification or test you got to pass. But just know when we talk at advanced, we're not going through the basics. We're just going. In the advanced, we do a lot of sharing our P&Ls, learning from each other, and just going through this and continuing to learn at a high level. The beginner one is we're just getting involved. So great time of year to treat your business like a business. Until you do a P&L, until you know how that all works and operates, you have a job. If you want to run a business, then this is first step. So this is this week as well, 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. And we have a really cool opportunity. I don't know, Katie, do you want to talk about this or do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. So we did the office, we did a blood drive last year. Well, actually, when was this? 2 years ago? 2 years ago, we faced just some problems basically from a budget perspective for us to do our regular client events. And my coach at the time challenged us to come up with other things that didn't cost money for us to do a client event. So I have been actively donating blood. It's very close to my heart to be very active and do it and talk about it. So I brought it to Scott. I'm like, what do you think about us doing a blood drive? And so this will be our 3rd year of doing it. We've done this with other teams in the office. Last year we opened up to other teams to be able to plug in, and we thought this would be a great event for teams to be able to plug into. It's not necessarily about the event. It's a reason for you to call your people and talk to them and invite them and show them that you're giving back to your community and doing something locally. So everybody here is invited to participate in this, to launch this to their clients. You can also participate if you'd like to individually, but you can invite your people to come. So.
And Level Up is also a big pillar of this blood drive.
that weren't gonna do any but, so.
Yeah.
So that's-
Just a reason to call your people. We're having a blood drive in our office. If you're able to make it, I'd love to see you there. There'll be cookies.
Is there like a smart plate? That can go
Um, we can work on something. As I stare at Katie.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make one if I have to, but.
I have a playbook that I sent out to our team. I'll put it in the Facebook group. Probably the best way to specify it, but it has an example email in it.
We'll see if we can create a smart plan.
Okay.
The marketing concierge program.
Yeah. We will get a smart plan together, but, so if you would like to donate, there's the registration link as well that you can sign up. And it will be up here in this training room, so you have to go there.
But I mean, this is a great way. You don't have to spend any money to do a client event. So, but it looks like it's.
Free marketing, free training, free client events.
What else do you need? Let us
You could put a Band-Aid on your arm and then just eat all the cookies you want.
know.
Just a couple more slides. We'll do coming soons. Now we do have our big event, our big convention coming up in Las Vegas, coming up in about 45 days. And so this is not free. Sorry to disappoint. Vegas hotels aren't free. Vegas flights aren't free. The training is well. However, this is, you're hearing at a national level. And when you hear things at a national level, you can't come back to Wisconsin and think the same. You just can't. I remember my first one. I thought I was a pretty big deal until I saw people doing what I did in a year, in a month. And I said, how is that even possible? Like, no one even talks about that here. I didn't even think about it. So we'll get a good group. We always represent Milwaukee and would love to see as many people there as possible. A save the date is for our awards.
Here, like Betty's.
Betty's on college, yeah.
We went to check it out. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, there's natural light. The food is great, we all love the place, so, save the date, Wednesday, February 12th, 11 a.m. Do a lunch, awards, fun time had by all.
And then just let's go through coming soons. So who has coming soons? Yeah, go. Let's see her. Your time to shine. If you can only share if you've driven 2 hours or more to come to the meeting.
So I have one coming, it'll be live on Friday. It's just under 54 acres. There's about 51 acres. That's all agriculture park right now. And it also comes with a home, 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. Has a full basement. It has a workshop, a 2-car garage next to it attached. The workshop, the workshop is right now full of woodworking equipment. So if anybody is interested in the equipment, I'd like to get it sold, rather than property, but, and then it has a 50 by 120 foot metal pole building that has drive-through, so both fence, driveway to it. It's right by the airport. It's close to 76, Highway 76. It is 3 miles from 10. The location is awesome. So anybody interested, just let me know. Right. Oh, what question? We will take one.
No. Good to know. Tony Jean Greco, Minor Realty Group?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got 3 listings right now off market, willing to entertain. offers prior to going on the MLS. All of them are scheduled to launch either the 3rd or 4th week in January. We've got a single family ranch home in Waukesha over on Douglas Ave. It's like 1,000 square feet, 3-bed, 1-bath, 1.5 car detached garage, $25,000 in solar panels. Hey, right? And some really good updates and improvements. Currently, private listing off market at $299,900. We have 2 duplexes. If you have anyone looking to owner occupy and house hack, I don't think they're going to be the absolute best option for investors. But for someone who wants to owner occupy, I think it'll be really solid. We've got one on Howard Ave, so like Howard and South 51st Street, 3-bed, 1-bath upper, 3-bed, 1-bath lower. No garage. That's going to be around like 300. And then we've got one on 68th and Morgan, South 68th and Morgan. That is also 3-bed, 1-bath upper, 3-bed, 1-bath lower. That does have a large 2.5 car garage. It's on a double lot, and that is off market right now at $350,000. So if you got buyers, let us know ASAP this week because the team's going on vacation. The duplexes?
Yeah, the
Any other coming soons?
Not this upcoming show, but it's gonna go live in 2 weeks. Property in Redwoods, Lane County, 15 minutes west of Annabelle. 40 acres, full house, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, large.
What a cool, real quick, what a cool call to make to your clients. It's like, hey, just curious, have you ever thought about owning land up north? Like, I think a lot of people have thought about owning land up north. Now we have a resource. Believe that they, just cool. Taylor?
It's not super soon, it'll be March, but
It's coming up.
it's like an interesting property. It's on 9 acres in Elkhorn. It's got a 3-bed, 2-bath, single family home with a 2-car garage attached, 3-car detached garage, and a pole barn with like 3 horse stalls.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's like really unique. It's TBD because we're undecided on what range anywhere from 6 to like 7 to 850.
They'll take more.
Yeah. We're really-
Did you have one, Alex?
Yeah, we're working on a side-by-side ranch